Wasn't that so good? Oh, so good, right? Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our streaming viewers. We're here. It's Glee's night at the Paley Fest. Their last night for a while, at least. I'm Tim Stack. I'm a senior writer at EW. I'm lucky enough for the last 6 years of my life, I've covered the show. I've been on this set a number of, multiple times and spent a lot of time with them all, and they're just delightful. And it's, as a fan and as someone that covered it, it's very emotional for me too, but I think it's even more emotional for them. So, but I'm just honored to be a part of this. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring out the cast of Glee, of this phenomenon that we've been watching for the last 6 years. And so we're gonna start with Trouty Mouth. Cord Overstreet, Sam Evans. And then I think you know the next person. He's one half of Klain. He's the AIM part. Darren Criss. And then the football coach that we've all grown to love, Coach B, Scott Marie Jones. And then this next lady puts the Brit in Britannia. Heather Morris, Brittany S. Pierce. And I think this guy has had more haircuts than anyone else on this show. Mark Salling, Noah Puckerman. And then this lady just slayed it with the gospel choir. Amber Riley, Mercedes Jones. And now this gentleman puts the K in Klain. Chris Colfer. And there would really be no Glee Club without this lady, Miss Leah Michelle, Rachel Berry. And then, of course, there would be no one that the Glee Club would have to fight against if there were for this lady, Jane Lynch.
This is amazing. Oh, I'm mic'd.
I know.
Everyone's like, hello, hi, how are you all?
Hello.
I know, it's been 6 years.
Yes.
So you guys, we just watched 2009. Let's talk about this a little bit. What was that like to revisit the pilot? Was it hard to sort of play, because all these characters have gone on such journeys? Was it difficult to sort of find, like, the 2009 Rachel Berry, or did she come right, okay, she came right back?
No, it was so hard.
Oh, it was hard.
I did not realize how fast I talked every single day.
Yeah.
I must have had so much energy back then. It was really, really, really hard to snap back into that really fast pace, but it was great to not wear any makeup because I didn't wear anything in the pilot, so that was great. But the outfits were super tight, and I was like, oh my God. But it was a challenge. It really was.
Chris, what about you? You had more bangs. Your hair was lower then. You had like a swoopy bang.
There's a lot that's different. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of like rediscovering the character again. And I remember when we did the pilot, I worked so hard to stand like Anna Wintour and Tim Gunn, and it was really fun to rediscover all that.
Yeah. And Amber, what about you? Your mom was in the choir scene,
She
right?
was.
Tiny is in
She's
the choir
always
scene.
in the choir. It's like in life, she's always over my shoulder, just right there.
Oh.
My angel.
Yeah. How was that? Was that nice to kind of your final sort of choir moment, have your mom there?
It really was. It was
Yeah.
nice. It's always nice when she's on set. She keeps me calm. She keeps the crazy, level.
Yeah. And Mark, your haircut, you had to sort of return to the old haircut. How was that? And also, was that your final slushie? Was that the last slushie you have, Leah?
I think it
maybe?
was, yeah.
Okay.
It
How was that? Was that, did you feel guilty throwing the final slushie?
I'm the slushy specialist on set, so we got that in one take, right, Leah?
Yes, I was not concerned when it came to Mark being the one that was throwing it. So I knew it would be quick and painless.
Yeah, you have good aim. That's good. And Darren, we found out basically that you were kind of in the pilot, but not really. Like, you sort of were like, you were kind of involved.
I was in college when the pilot was on TV. I was around.
But that must have been cool to sort of, to film that little kind of cameo to sort of like show the
actually,
beginnings.
they when the episode was originally written, I wasn't in it, and they're like, Darren, you have this episode off, and so I was like, oh, cool, I can do life things, and I'm glad that last minute they said we added a scene, and after seeing kind of how it played out and how it was just a very Kurt and Blaine just kind of passed each other, and who knows what future they have. I do. That was cool. I'm glad that they included me because I thought I had a week off and I was like really excited about that. But I think I'm even more psyched that I got to be in this episode. That was really cool.
And Jane, who was better at basketball, you or Matt?
Me.
Okay. Oh, wow. Morrison's not here to defend himself.
No, he's not.
I like that.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, is it really? Okay.
I played basketball in high school.
Oh, okay. All right. Fun.
No, I'm really not that.
Yeah.
They made me look much better than I am.
Yeah. I like though that we kind of see that Sue kind of liked Will at first. Like,
Yeah.
There was like, did you like sort of that origin story?
Yes, I did. I love that we weren't really friends, but we played basketball every
Yeah, of all
And
things.
that was an interesting relationship. And I considered him a very good friend. He was like, really?
Yeah. And Chris and Leah, I love that you guys sing Popular because obviously
That was so good.
I mean,
It's great.
it's such a callback, obviously, to you guys doing Defying Gravity. Was that fun to do? I mean, I know, Leah, you both love Wicked.
Yeah.
Was that fun to do?
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for us, like, for me, when I think about one of my most favorite moments of Glee, it was getting to sing For Good at the actual theater, the Wicked Theater in New York.
Yeah.
And then so to do this flashback where we're singing Popular was really special.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah. So you guys wrapped about, I think, almost a month ago, right? Has it sunk in, or is it?
Only 2 weeks ago, right?
Oh, it was 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Good. Yeah, all right.
Still fresh.
I know nothing. Has
Nothing
it? Has it sunk in? Do you miss it already, or how do you guys feel?
Well, it's weird. We would have these hiatuses, so I'm used to not doing it for a while. But this hiatus is going to go on a good long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's also weird because we never really slowed down. I mean, even on our last week, we were still cramming in dance rehearsals and cramming in recordings. So, and then it's just like, it's done. So you're kind of like, wait, that's so, the train was going 100 miles per hour and then it just stopped. But we really took the time, I think, myself and Chris and Amber, Darren, like during those last few, days there to have our moments and really kind of look at each other and just be like, I cried the whole week. Please, I was a mess. I would fall to my knees and cry. They'd have to cut the camera. I feel really bad for them. So I feel definitely like I got it all out of my system.
Were you the most emotional?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
By a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like a close second?
Jenna.
Anyone? Jenna.
Jenna.
Auschwitz. Tears. Who
Yep.
was surprisingly not emotional? Like who was the strongest?
I don't know that that's strong, even. That's
Okay.
probably who's the most shut down.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That would probably
Doesn't
be
have a
me.
soul. Doesn't have a soul here. Doesn't have a heart.
Who's dead inside? You're dead. Okay. Good.
Dead inside.
Yeah. Let's go back to the very beginning of this whole thing. What do you guys remember about shooting the pilot? I mean, we saw "Don't Stop Believing." This episode ended with that great performance. What do you guys remember about that experience? Because I remember as a viewer seeing that pilot and just thinking, this is so phenomenal.
Yeah.
What do you guys remember?
Well, I remember just being lost. I didn't know what a call sheet was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walked in so many people's trailers, a lot. Like, is this my trailer? They all look alike. Which one is my trailer? I where I was supposed to be. Like, I kept looking in the camera. I was just lost. I don't even know how I kept this job 6 seasons from that. I was just like, somebody's saying their lines, and I'm just staring at the camera, like, no! In the scene! In the scene!
What about Jane? What do you remember? Do you have a?
I remember shooting the reverse, my coverage of "Don't Stop Believin'," and Ryan said to the kids, as they were then, said, "Perform it for her so she can see what they're doing." And I remember going, "Oh my God!" I thought it was so beautiful and so raw, and what a beautiful arrangement of that song that I know so well, and it was really touching.
Yeah. What about Chris? I mean, you were like right out of high school.
Yeah, I was like, where's my mom and my dad?
we all had to get physicals, and I remember that Erin, the makeup lady, said, Chris was just standing there looking really lost. And I said, have you ever been to the doctor by yourself? And he said,
No. I know, right?
And then you had your first drink.
And
Well, a bunch of firsts.
Glee, the whole thing was a big first. It was
What other
my
first?
college experience.
What other first did you have instead of Glee?
I will tell you later, Tim.
Wait, you had your first drink during Glee?
Yes,
Oh.
I did.
Where was that at? Was it at
I
the?
probably gave it to you.
No, you didn't know. It was at Kevin's apartment with Jenna and Amber.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that people will never know. A lot that
What was going
nobody
on?
will ever know.
Amber Riley, were you pushing the booze?
What?
That's what I heard.
That is so not Amber.
No, I'm sure it was Jenna or Kevin that was pushing.
Bad influences.
Mark, what do you remember about the pilot?
I just remember hoping that they wouldn't ask me my real age because I lied in the audition. Said I was 14, I was really 16, so.
Whoa, yeah, right.
You know, no, actually I said I was 19 and I was 26.
Oh my God!
That is awesome.
That's right, that's right. And actually they did. Ryan ended up coming to my trailer and be like, how old are you, by the way? I told him I was 26, and then his reaction kind of surprised me. He's like, oh, good, because, you know, we wanted kind of older guys. You know, Corey was my age as well. And in the audition, when he asked me how old I was, which you're not supposed to do, I said, my agent said, tell him you're 19. And I was like, 19? And the casting director says, oh, good, because I thought you might have been too old for this, like 25 or 26. Nope, 19, bro.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
True story.
That's fantastic.
For those of you all who like weren't in the pilot, did you watch the pilot? I mean, did you see the show and think like, I would love to be part of this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was the first audition I ever had. I auditioned for the pilot before my senior year of college, and at the time, I had never gone out for like a professional like TV gig. So when you're an actor and you go out for stuff, when you start to go out for stuff, you always go, I wonder what happened to that thing. So I technically booked my first audition, technically, but I didn't realize it until now. But yeah, I remember watching the pilot, going like, oh, I wonder who got that part, and seeing Corey going like, oh, well, obviously, like.
Obviously. Feet taller.
Yeah, it's a way better at everything. So.
Yeah. Corey, what about you? Did you see the pilot and think like, yes, this is something I want to do?
When I saw the pilot, I loved it, but I kind of sped through a season like a week after I auditioned.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but no, the pilot's like one of my favorite pilots ever on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So the show aired after American Idol that year, and then you guys didn't premiere to the fall. But that summer you took like a mall tour, right?
Yeah.
Like wasn't it like at Hot Topic?
Yes.
Oh,
A Hot Topic tour.
Yeah.
people.
I think
A
it
Hot
was the
Topic
first
tour.
TV, well, it was like the first TV show I think that actually grew its audience via Twitter and Facebook and MySpace before it became irrelevant. But people were rewatching it on Fox.com, and they took us to Australia, and I guess when it premiered in Australia, 50% of the televisions that were on were watching Glee.
That is
So,
awesome.
I mean, yeah, it was this huge mungo hit, and we had just done the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Leah, I think you told me that you guys were at some event and like 3,000 Australians showed up or something.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
That was, I think, the moment that we all really were like, this is going to be something incredible, because we'd only, we were shooting, I think, the remainder of the first season by then, but it hadn't aired. and only the pilot had aired. And we did the mall tour, which was great results in the United States. And then we flew to Australia, and there were 3,000 or more people in this mall, and they knew our names, and that was just, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, that first year is such, it's so many crazy moments. I mean, you guys met the president. You sang for the president, right, that first year?
Yeah. She did. She sang, we were there.
Yeah, we did.
I was crying. I was
Everybody
crying, filming her.
They're like fans,
singing.
like-
Same thing over 6 years.
World
looking
Series,
down
you
at them
sang.
for some
Yeah, it was awesome.
reassurance, and all of them were crying, making me more nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Amber, talk about, what was that like to sing for the president?
It was really I almost had a nervous breakdown
Yeah.
before I walked out there, because when they said that we were singing the national anthem, we had also sang later that day, like they had a concert, so I thought I was singing before that. I had no idea that I would be singing next to the first family.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Inside the White House,
On the balcony.
on the balcony, on the White House balcony, like I had no idea, so I didn't know what was gonna happen when I walked out there.
She was imperative that first year. We were like, Amber, go. Thanks. We'll film you.
Were the Obamas like gleeks? Were they like, what's gonna happen with Sue? Like, were they asking you for Sue? Were they like,
They were
It hadn't even,
fans.
only a couple of episodes
Okay.
had aired. 'Cause
They
it
were
was-
fans though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first lady was saying that she watched it with the kids, and the kids were excited. They were actually the ones that wanted
The
us to
two
come.
girls
That's
were
why
really
we were
excited
there.
to meet us. Yeah.
yeah. Who is more intimidating, the Obamas or Oprah?
Oprah.
Right, we did Oprah, too. Forgetting.
Which one was
You
like,
forgot.
We did Oprah.
Yeah.
Completely forgot.
Yeah, you guys did
Who
Oprah. You did
forgets
Oprah.
they did Oprah?
I know. No one.
Seems like a million years ago
Doesn't
that
it?
her show was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her show's not even on anymore.
Yeah.
Certainly not Stedman. He doesn't forget that. So wait, what was that like?
Amazeballs. I'm from Chicago. It was a big deal for It was a big deal for everybody, but it was kind of nice to go home to do
Yeah.
that.
Did that feel like a moment though you arrived? I feel like when Oprah stamps you, you're like, we have arrived.
Yeah.
I mean, and the president, I guess.
Well, I think you have to also say that all happened in the same weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
We went to the White House and sang. Then I think, didn't we do the World Series?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We sang at the World Series, and
Friday.
then we did Oprah.
Oprah Saturday.
So pretty much we
White
thought
House
the
Sunday.
plane was gonna crash before we came up. Because
So
that's
it's
like
pretty much
all
all
the things you can
downhill
do in
from
one-
here, you
Yeah,
guys.
really.
I mean, one of my favorite episodes that first year is the Madonna Tribute.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Because
I'm a gay. I mean, what was that like? Because that also was a moment, I think. I think that was your first tribute, and that sort of was such a big deal because she gave you guys the rights to those songs. Was that a blast? I mean, what do you remember about that?
That was.
I remember
yeah.
Jane doing what song? did
Vogue.
you do? Vogue. I remember Jane doing Vogue.
That was Ryan's baby too. He was. We had more rehearsals and pre-production meetings for that number than we probably did before and since. And yeah, that was, I thought, quite a triumph.
How many times did you watch Vogue?
A billion times. And I had to do this dancing. He kept giving me dancing things. I don't dance. And I remember there was one step that I didn't get until they were rolling the cameras, and it just happened magically. And then not after that. I couldn't do a second or a third take. And I was like, you got to use what we just shot.
You did a great Running Man. You did like a Running Man.
That's the
Yes.
one, man.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that was
okay.
tough.
Oh, it's-
I did a fake one too. And then
Yeah.
you two showed up to be in the bit. You learned that Running Man thing in like 2.5 seconds. I spent all Christmas break like. You guys went.
And how was it for the girls? You did Express Yourself with like the headset. I love a headset, first of all. And a bustier. How was that? That must have been like so much fun to channel
We were
Madonna.
just talking
Didn't we
about
do that at like the end of the, wasn't it like midnight?
Yeah.
It
that
was
we
like the
shot
end
that?
of the night.
Yeah.
It
and
was the
we-
end of the night. We had done like
tired.
5 other musical numbers that day.
I had never worn a bustier in my life and tried to dance in one.
We did a good job. We
Yeah.
kind
We
of
did.
nailed it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I
fun.
feel like we had rehearsal like for that the same exact day or something like that.
It was fun.
Yeah, we liked it a lot.
Yeah. Looking back on that first year, are there other things that stand out? Do you have a favorite episode? I mean, do you have a favorite, like another favorite moment? I
Season
know it's
1.
far. Yeah, season 1. Because that was sort of the transformative kind of.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
sure
when you
was.
guys sort of exploded.
I really loved Rumors.
Yeah.
Rumors
Oh,
was a really
The
great.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac one.
The Fleetwood Mac was really great.
That was season 2.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
season 2.
All blends together.
Amber. Ugh.
I told you guys it's like one big like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Big episode.
One long
But I did.
story.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Heather, when did they start sort of telling you like that Britney is kind of a big weirdo? Like when did they sort of like start?
I think she told them.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh, okay. Because you were kind of just like, you know, you were a Cheerio, and you just sort of started slipping in these little I don't even know what
Yeah.
like, bon mots, like little like just like pieces of wisdom that weren't really wisdom, maybe just like
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. I mean, but did they sit you down and say like, okay, we're gonna kind of make her crazy a little bit?
no, it was like I didn't really say much, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, Ryan hung around and saw how quirky I was, I guess, and was like, okay, yeah, she's I did like a weird impression of what Britney was like, and she was kind of like tone deaf in a way, and he was like, okay, she's a little, yeah. I'm gonna be PC about that. Yeah, she's.
Okay, she was a little cuckoo. And then did they? Because you didn't sing at first, and then did you push to sing more, or was that their thing?
I think it was more them.
Yeah. And was that? Were you cool with that? Were you nervous about singing?
Yeah, I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I was obviously super nervous
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Practicing all the time, but you know, it was a dream.
Yeah,
I was so
yeah.
excited.
Can you do the voice, please?
What?
That you did for Ryan? Please do it.
What song did I sing? I don't
Oops,
remember.
I did it again.
Do the dog. I think I'm meant to believe, but more than just friends. Okay. We actually made Chris a shirt at one point.
He made me a Brittany shirt. Or Mark did for my birthday. I was such a fan
That was so
Wait,
funny.
a shirt of what? A shirt of that.
of her as
Britney.
crazy
Oh.
Britney. Yeah, I should have worn it tonight.
Isn't she going like,
Yeah.
she's in her
like
cheerleader
this,
uniform?
yeah.
I remember
I love that. I love that. And you also got to sing and dance with Britney Spears, which again, as, yeah.
Britney
I mean,
Spears got to dance with Heather.
Oh, that's
Morris.
right.
Yeah, you got that right.
I mean, what was that like?
I think it's every girl's dream, knowing that, like, in 7th grade, you played her tape or CD in your room with your best friends and listened to her, and then, like, you're dancing with her, like, and it's just, like, normal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Darren, you came in season 2. Do you remember? I mean, Teenage Dream was such a moment. Can you like? I mean, is it like burned?
It's my only one, but it's a good one.
Is it burned in your memory? Like, do you remember the choreography for that? I mean, it's like that was such an icon, like such a.
Yeah, I remember it very well.
You want to do it, Mark?
Do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
Mark knows it really well.
Do it.
I'm tied down. Oh, we are tied
Lord
down.
knows it.
We're saving you from it. At the time, first of all, it was crazy because I feel like an audience member listening to everybody here because I didn't know half of this stuff. I was, again, like in college when this was happening. I remember reading the Times about the president thing, being like, wow, this is a big deal. So coming to work the first day, I was like, wow, I'm gonna meet like the Glee Club. And this is crazy. And I didn't for a while because the character was inherently not in the Glee Club at all and was its own thing. So it was nice that first day, everybody that I met, it was also their first day. All the Warblers like kind of got to know each other, being like, I can't believe we're on this like phenomenal show. And most of them were singers. They weren't dancers, which I'm sure some of us can relate to. And it was the stupidest like step touch thing that I have the rehearsal video on my computer, and it is so terrible. Like if you saw that, you'd be like, there's no way in hell this is gonna do anything. This is pathetic, because we had all these clunky guys like pushing 30 doing it. But they shot it so well. Yeah. And that all credit goes to Mr. Brad Beaker, who is one of the biggest stars. Who, worked his, little known fact, worked his way up in the Ryan Murphy camp, starting as an editor. Then my first episode was his very first, all right, kid, here's your shot. That's why Brad and I have always been so close, because we literally climbed the ladder together. And now he's an executive producer and kind of one of the mainstays of our show. But he really made that such an incredible moment.
And he directed our last episode.
And he directed the last
He
episode.
did, yes.
So credit goes to him for that moment. But I remember it just being like, I hope this looks cooler than it is. Yeah, luckily it worked out. But that all goes to Brad Beaker.
Yeah.
I remember Brad started too. He was shooting a choir room scene, and I happened to be in it, and it was chaos because he didn't know how to take control. And he said, you've been at this for a while. Can you help me? I said, you don't ask them to do something. You tell them. And so he's like, we're doing this. And everybody went, oh, okay. So he was like, hey, guys, why don't we do it again? What What do we do it again? No, we got it. We got it.
Yeah.
So you tell them. You tell those children what to do. Thank you.
Cord, did you know, like, when they sat you down and told you when you got the job, were they like, we're just going to mock your lips for, like, the next, like, year?
I never even realized that was anything until I read it in the script. And I was like, wait, is this something I should start worrying about? Like, maybe I need to get like a lip reduction. I don't know. Like, and then they wrote that frickin' song. And I've gone by that ever since.
I know. Do people, do fans, like, yell that out at you when you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do they sing at you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's a bad day, yeah.
Yeah. Have you come to terms with your lips? I mean, is that something you've struggled with? Are you okay with them now?
Yeah, no, girls love them.
Yeah.
Nicely played. Well played. But yeah, no, they're attached to me, so.
Correct. It's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Wait, what? They're
Dot,
They're
yeah, they're attached. They're attached to them. They're attached to them.
One way to look at
Dot, what was it like for you to join the show? I mean, you had very intense scenes with Jane, and then you eventually had very intense scenes with Nene Leakes. I feel like you three, I love those scenes. Are some of
that's
my
right.
favorites.
Yeah.
What was it like coming onto the show?
I came in the first episode of season 2, and I was like so excited to work with Ryan again and everything. And I'd of course seen some of the episodes, not all of them, but. And then I was ecstatic to get to work with Jane.
Yeah.
Back at you.
Yeah.
I love our first scene
Yeah. Oh, I know.
together where it's like
You're all
like we're
coffee
nose
and
to
no
nose.
omelette.
Yeah, and you're bigger than me, and your ring is bigger
My
than
ring
mine.
was giant.
And what did you say? You said one of your nonsense phrases. What did you say?
You're all coffee and no omelette.
You're all coffee. What does that mean?
And we're like 2 inches away from each other trying
Oh,
not to
so
laugh.
much fun.
So much fun. It was a dream.
I love that. This show's been like a guest star palooza. Who's been the favorite? Have you had like? Can you name one person?
Kristen Chenoweth.
Chenoweth.
Kristen
yeah.
Chenoweth, man.
I just love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. April Rhodes. Why? Yeah. Why is she such a great?
Her energy in general is just like happy.
Yeah.
So happy on set, and she's sweet, and she always brought gifts.
Yeah.
She did.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
We like what?
I
Like
screwed up
cupcakes
there.
and stuff.
Oh.
anything sweet.
Yeah. Anything sweet? Really? What does Gwyneth smell like?
Just better than you, really.
She's my favorite. I just love her.
Smells like an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Smells like an Oscar winner.
But I mean, Chris, you got to like twist with her. I mean, that's like a big.
Did, yes.
How was that? Is that something? Is that like on top 10 life moments?
I didn't realize it was on my bucket list until I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Leah, you got to dance like hardcore. You got like a dance off with
Yeah.
Kate Hudson.
Oh, yeah. Kate Hudson at 6 a.m. in the morning, right out of bed in rehearsal, is the most gorgeous thing you'll ever see in the entire world. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's amazing, and I'm so grateful the show really brought us together, and she's become like family to me now, and working with her every day, and I've been a huge fan of hers from Almost Famous. My whole life, I just loved her, and to work with her, for me, that was one of the greatest moments of this whole experience.
Yeah. And Jane, I mean, Carol Burnett plays your mother.
I know. Come on.
What was that like?
Well, it's crazy. You know, I grew up watching that show, and this is back in the days before. Like, I used my dad's the little recorder that he would dictate into.
Yeah.
That's the only device I had, and I would tape just the audio. I mean, I love Carol Burnett, and I continue to love Carol Burnett, and I was so honored that she chose to be in this show and sing a couple of tunes. It was great.
And Chris, I mean, Mike O'Malley, that relationship on the show, I think.
Michael.
I mean, you guys, it's so special, I think. I mean, what's that been like for you two working together? Has it been
Oh my
great?
gosh, I think it's been the probably just that relationship, exploring that relationship every day was probably the most gratifying thing of this whole experience for me, just because we heard from so many fathers and sons that were going through something similar, I think that it doesn't get better than that when you get paid to do something that is so meaningful to so many people.
Yeah. I know for Chris and Darren, Blaine and Kurt became not only a couple, but they became really a moment in pop culture, I think, for gay characters on television. And I mean, what's that been like for you guys? I mean, what's been the outpouring like? It must be, I mean, you just must get, people must just want to talk to you about this. I mean,
I'll let you take this one.
Yeah. Well, you know, we were very lucky to be involved with sort of a popular relationship. I mean, that's being on a TV show and any relationship having it be so well loved is, you know, the first step of it being really fun to be a part of. And then the bonus is the fact that it has resonated sort of on a socio-political level with so many people. I think it's much bigger than Chris and I. I think it actually has more to do with the appetite of the current audience. And I think the fact that people have gravitated so much towards it and embraced it really speaks less of us and the writers and more about the world we live in now, where people are so into it and so down with it. So we're really the lucky ones to have gotten to play that and kind of carry that sort of proverbial flag.
Yeah. And there have been other gay couples and other young gay couples in television before, but I think what truly is the most groundbreaking part about that relationship is the response to it. There has never been a response, to my knowledge at least, like there has been to that couple.
And like Jane said, this show was one of the first, I guess, the advent of social media, which has only spurred on so many of the wonderful things that a lot of the show has brought upon. But I think it's one of the first relationships that you know, I can think of, along with the other relationships on the show, that was so widely spread via this sort of amazing, crazy energy of social media. So for better or for worse, sometimes crazy. Admittedly, you know, it was crazy because people really gravitated towards it in a really nutty way.
Yeah, and isn't it interesting too that a lot of it it's like 14-year-old girls who are so invested.
We were porn for most young girls.
There's actually a video that was.
Such confusing
But it
porn
came
for
from a
young
good
girls.
place, you know? It came from this place of people really, you know, for whatever reason, whether people either saw themselves in that relationship, gay, straight, male, female, it didn't matter. There was something in there that people, you know, gravitated towards. And so anytime it became crazy, it's because it came from a really, you know, beautiful, innocent place. And I can't knock that.
Yeah.
You know?
I also think it's kind of hilarious, or just really, it was just fun to learn that Sue is obsessed with Clayne. Were you surprised by that?
That surprised the hell out of me. I was like, they've gone off the deep end again. But it was really fun. I loved the kind of museum
Hurt Locker
thing in the Hurt Locker that devoted to their love.
I think they just took to Twitter and wrote Jane's lines.
Yeah, right, exactly. It is one for the ages.
And Heather, I mean, I honestly, on Twitter, so many questions were about Clayne or about Britannia.
Right.
Is it, I mean, what about you? Have you had similar, like, response? Like, do people want to talk to you about this relationship?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of things. Like, so many, you know, young girls just so thankful and, like, appreciative, and also, like, mothers being like, you know, you brought my daughter and I close, and, you know, it just feels really good.
Yeah.
You know?
What was that wedding episode like? Because the double wedding, because it is like the culmination of, you know, 6 years, these two couples kind of finally getting together. Was that fun to shoot?
It was miserable. It was so cold. It was freezing. No,
Oh,
it was really,
that
it was
bar.
really
Oh,
nasty, but it was cold. Everybody got sick.
Oh my God, those
Other than
girls,
that, it was
though, the
beautiful.
mothers.
Oh my God.
Wait, Gina
God,
Gershon?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, yeah, Jennifer
Oh,
Coolidge.
yeah.
Oh, they were
Jennifer
great.
A
Coolidge.
lot ended up on the
Hank
cutting room
Jung.
floor. It was
Yeah.
so
I know.
That was
it
that
was
was
hilarious.
good.
I got to see it.
They were.
Yeah. And Dot, this storyline this year, this transitioning storyline, I think is just really incredible too. What has that been like? I mean, I'm sure there's been, I mean, I've never seen this on a network television show before. How has this been for you, the response from that?
It's overwhelmingly amazing.
Yeah.
And the response, especially from the transitioning episode with the trans choir. You know, we had over 200 men and women, trans men and women that were there. And I was crying in the episode, but I was literally bawling my eyes out because they were just looking around. It just made me, while we're filming, it just made me cry even more because they were just so proud to be represented and in a positive way.
Yeah.
As it should. We all should.
Yeah. Leah, you got to kind of live out your dream, I think, by doing Funny Girl on TV. Was that? I mean, did you make them? Were you like, can you please have Rachel do Funny Girl, or was that just a natural thing that Ryan and Brad and Ian came?
I love Funny Girl, but Ryan loves it more than me.
Yeah.
So that was I thought it was great. I mean, I think that was really the natural progression for Rachel. She worked really hard. She went to school, and her story took a real turn, and leaving the Broadway show to go do the pilot, and then getting back to Ohio. But getting to recreate those numbers and sing those songs were really amazing.
Yeah. Did you even have to practice them, or were they just like, boop, right there?
They were right there.
Yeah. Is there any hope? There was talk that maybe you guys would do it on Broadway for real. Is that maybe still a possibility?
I would love to. I mean, I think that would be great. But I'm going to be, working on Scream Queens for a while. So.
Chris, you got to write an episode of Glee.
Yeah.
Was that weird to sort of be on the other side of things? To sort of.
Oh, absolutely. And I when they first approached me about it, I said, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting words into my co-stars' mouths. But oh my God, it was terrifying. And I just remember wanting to. There was a lot of pressure, and I remember just wanting to kind of go back to like old school Glee and show like a group of people that were kind of desperately needing acceptance, and I love old people, so it was a natural fit. But it was fantastic. It's not every day you get to fly around a room with June Squibb and Billy D. Williams and Tim Conway.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And Darren, you wrote music for this week's and next week's.
I was very lucky. We have actually many talented songwriters part of our crew. Mark and Cord are wonderful songwriters, and so I almost kind of felt guilty because I presented the idea and I wasn't really sure. I was like, listen, if you don't think this is cool, I won't be offended. It's all good. So my main thing was to write this song for Leah because any songwriter would be so privileged to have Leah Michelle sing one of their songs.
Aww.
So if not just for my own vanity, even if it wasn't on the show, writing for Leah was a cool exercise. And I kind of wrote basically a love note to the entire series. I mean, the whole thing was meant for, well, if you haven't heard it, maybe you won't like it so much. I don't know. But yeah, it was a tough thing because I tried to encapsulate how I felt about the show, how I felt the characters would have felt about the show, how the actors themselves would feel about in real life about the show. And then most importantly, I actually wrote it for everybody here, which is basically the people that have been experiencing it for all this time. So the song's called This Time, and it's kind of a play on Rachel Berry goes off to her next kind of chapter, and how this time when she does it, she's going to be strong and carry what she's done and have that be her kind of chariot. But also it's the double meaning of this time that we had together has been so special, and it will live kind of on forever. And I did my damnedest, man, and having Leah Michelle sing it to me was one of the most special moments of my career thus far.
I just want to say, Ryan was asking, what I wanted Rachel's last solo to be, and I was really kind of racking my brain, and Darren had been saying to me, like, I really want to write a song for Rachel. I really want to get it into the last episode, and what would you want it to be about? And and so that was going on. I was also trying to think, is there anything out there? And then I couldn't think of anything. And Darren wrote this song. And he was like, I wrote it, you have to listen to it. I was like, I really feel like I'm going to get too sad. I can't listen to it right now. But eventually, once it was like finalized for the show, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to listen to it. And it was the last song I sang on Glee. It was the last song I recorded in the studio. And there would be no other song that could have perfectly encapsulated the entire experience. Darren honestly gave me the greatest gift, because in that last day when I sang, like, honestly, getting to sing it, and I was there that day, and that was the day I fell to my knees and cried and lost my mind.
I felt terrible.
It was,
I felt awful. I was like, oh my God.
I literally had to call my mother to come because I was so, but it was the most special day, and he didn't, really, it was such a favor because I got to say everything to everyone here and everyone who will watch it and the people that were there that day that I wanted to say, but you can't think of the words, and he wrote them. And it was so special and so perfect, and I was hysterical crying, literally ran to the back of the auditorium, and Darren just comes next to me, and he's like, I'm not gonna look at you right now, but thank you, and we had to like talk to each other like days later. But
It's like, I'm just gonna let you do this and not be in your way. It was so beautiful.
It's so special. It was the most amazing memory, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you guys will love it.
What, I mean, can you qualify what the show's meant to you all personally? I mean, this has been 6 years of your lives. I mean, I've seen you all. This has been a ride for you all, you know, ups and downs. What can you say about this experience?
Whew.
Puberty.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Menopause.
Motherhood.
Come on. I don't think you can follow that.
It's not gonna get any better than that, Tim.
Yeah.
No. I mean, do you guys have, what did you take from set? Did you steal things? Are you kleptos?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
they were swiping stuff, and I
did
went
people
through
take?
the proper channels and
I know.
sent an email.
Right. You emailed, and you haven't got, did you get your
I did get my response. I was like,
good.
I haven't gotten a response, but I got 3 tracksuits.
Oh, good.
I left set and I see Darren and Cord walking with like the stuffing from the walls.
Yeah, we literally
And I'm like,
looted it.
what are you guys doing? We have studios.
Yeah.
It's free.
So me and Darren, we walked,
Like, what?
we walked back into the choir room for like the last time, and we see Andrew Mitchell, our very talented Steadicam guy, and Brad Beaker, and they're sitting in there talking, and me and Darren didn't think anybody was going to be in there, and so we're just like, okay, I guess we can do it. So we started going to the walls and ripping the stuff
Well,
off.
actually,
and,
we walked in, and actually, we didn't mean to. We were leaving. We literally said, bye, Glee, that was great. And we kind of stopped in front of the choir, and we go, those walls. Like,
my thoughts like, how cool would that be to have in your studio at
it's
home?
really nice, actually. Behind the seats, there's this red styrofoam that is meant for sound insulation. So we actually, I mean, those aren't cheap. So we ripped off squares of it, and they're now in our respective home studios. So it's like this thing of black and then this one little red tile. I love it. It's great.
Don't give him that. They stole.
Keep going. I'm a dirty thief.
Aw.
No, it was literally as soon as they called cut, the whole stage was just bare.
Yeah.
Everybody just everything apart.
People
was
were.
like, I'm taking this.
It was crazy.
The rap party, they gave us little pieces of the stage. I don't know
Yeah.
how everybody made it, but they cut off these little tiles from the stage. It was so sweet.
From
They
the
got the dates
auditorium.
wrong.
Is
but,
the auditorium no more?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been.
They broke it down and they cut the flooring that we danced on for, well, like 4 seasons. When did we get
Why
that
did
stage?
they leave that
Like,
up?
Yeah.
and then they cut it up and gave it to us.
Yeah.
Wait, Leah, you told me you guys, after you wrapped, you all went back to the auditorium and you kind of sat around and like
Oh my
shared.
God.
You shared what it meant.
So here we are on our last day, and the last scene was Matt Morrison singing to the original members of the Glee Club. And it was myself, Chris, Amber, Kevin, Jenna, Cord, Darren, Becca. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
And it's this very emotional song he's singing to us, and we can't really explain all the details in the scene as to not give it away. And you know, it was emotional. It was an emotional day, and you know, they yelled "cut," and that's a wrap on Glee, and we all just fell into this ball sobbing.
Yeah.
And then they started playing "Freedom" by George Michael, which I requested afterwards. As to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
But, you know, and after a little while, I said to Jonathan Groff, who they put there as definitely like to be my handler, it was a smart decision on their part. And I was like, we should go, because, you know, definitely make it short and sweet. So I go to say goodbye to Amber, and she's like, oh, no, we're not going. We have to go to the auditorium and all have a moment together. I was like, as if it hasn't been hard enough. But we did. Me and we went to the stage.
And
We sat in a circle.
Completely unplanned. So everybody just
Yeah.
kind of went around in a circle and just kind of said, you know, when I left, then I had like 90 million things I wish I could have said, but at the same time, in the very moment, we all said things to each other, and it was a really beautiful moment.
It was nice.
Didn't
And
plan.
Jonathan cried the hardest. And like,
did.
I swear,
Oh my goodness.
I just remember looking over at Jenna, and like her and you both together was one of the funniest things I ever.
It is.
We're shaking.
When you and Jenna cry together, it's really
Jenna cries the hardest. Nobody else.
Our cheers. The sound.
You could flood the room.
But it was sweet.
We love the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we take audience questions, I do, I want to ask if anyone has anything they want to say about Corey, because I know, he was, the leader of the show. Chris, do you have a thought or a memory of him that you love, or?
Oh my gosh, the memories are endless. My favorite thing about Corey was that we always had accidental fun together.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, because we always got paired together to do a lot of press things, and we'd always do those crazy radio tours, and I don't know, there is just something very special about when we'd be sitting next to each other and we'd be asked a ridiculous question, and just that look we both have, like you, me, oh, okay. But he was a very, very special guy.
He was a wonderful guy. So with that, we're going to go to a question from the Paley app, actually. And this is from Heather Reeser, and she's asking, Glee has helped inspire so many people to be true themselves. How has it changed or inspired your own lives?
Wow. That's a good one.
I can be honest. When I first came on the show, I've always been kind of like a confident person. But I remember watching the show and being like, geez, I look really big on this television show. But as I got older and saw so many people that were writing me letters about being plus size and being a big girl and being curvy and how they've accepted themselves, I honestly was like, it's time for me to accept myself. And I've really learned to, and in this last day, I've really learned to embrace my curves, which is why I was serving body today. And extra curvaceousness.
Does anyone else want to share their life-changing Glee experience?
I will.
Yeah, Dot.
Because for Beast, it was really like a roller coaster the last few seasons, because I went from being, and just based on the response I got from fans and stuff, that looked up to as the big tomboy, for the young girls that are big girls, because I'm not petite by any means today or yesterday. And so many of them were like loving that. And then from that to the domestic violence episodes where women were actually writing saying that our show gave them the strength to get out of a shitty relationship. And then this season with the transitioning, it's overwhelming for me how much it's changed me. And I've always been like a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
But it's, words are very careful. And how you place them is what makes them careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, all right, so now we're going to take questions from the audience. So there are microphones, I think, out in the aisles.
Oh my God.
Hello, everybody.
Wow.
We can see you now.
Wow.
Thank you for coming. This is so
Thanks
nice.
for being here.
Oh, gosh.
Be nice.
Yeah, let's do this lady in the pink, right? Or actually, the lady in the pink behind you. Or orange? What is that color? I don't know what color it is.
Coral.
Coral.
Blue and black. White
I
and
don't
gold.
live in blacks.
Oh, blue and black. Oh, you're right.
I don't have so much a question as just a debt of gratitude for you guys, because this show really changed television, I believe. And it's played, my heart's pounding. It's played a big part in my life and my daughter's life. She's 9 and she's been watching since she was 4.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have a video of she and I doing the poker face that you and Idina did. And it's just been so important to us. We came to see the concert tour when you guys were in San Diego. And one of my closest friends was there with us, and she was a Gleek as well, and she passed away in September. And she would have given anything to have been here tonight. So if you guys
here.
can
She is absolutely
She's here. Yeah. So hi, Tamara. And we're just very sad to see you go. My daughter's learned a lot of things about life, homosexuality, things that she needed to know anyway, and it opened a dialogue between us. And she's only 9, but hey, it's life. So, she knows to accept everyone for who they are, and that's greatly in part due in part to your show. So I thank
Wow.
you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I met Darren in Vegas once. I met Darren in Vegas at his birthday party at Tao or
Was
Lago.
I a terrible disappointment after all that nice stuff you just said?
I love you so much. You could never be a disappointment. I love you so much.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you very much. The feeling is mutual. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, yes, I agree with this woman. Thank you so much. Got to watch this show all these years with my teenager, who ended up going to Matt Morrison's high school. Too bad he's not. Woo! Thank you, writers, and I hope they're here tonight. Who's going to be on any of these American Horror shows now that Brian and Brad can take you on?
I'll go. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
You got a job.
Sign me up. That'd be great.
Kane, we got to see you. You and Kathy Bates doing something.
Yeah. Love it. Well, Leah, you're doing Scream Queens, which is kind of American Horror Story.
Yeah. It's like Glee meets Horror Story.
Yeah. Let's go on. Geez, this is hard. Let's do this guy in the front row. This guy in the blazer. A gentleman.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for 6 years of just I love you. Thank you for 6 years of great, great television. You've made us remember high school through the embarrassments, through the happiness, through the sadness, through just all the awkwardness. And you all made us realize that we're human, and no matter what, everyone's felt exactly how you guys depicted it the last 6 years. So thank you for that. I'm a father of 3. I'm 40 years old. I'm a huge gleek.
Yeah.
And if you can make me a gleek, anyone could be a gleek, and I want to thank you. My question is actually for Leah and Michelle. Because Leah, I'm a huge fan. All of us, on behalf of Yahoo and everyone else, you're on the originals. Can I have the honor of having a selfie with you? Is that possible? Is that possible?
Yeah.
I don't want to be weird, but you've been my elusive unicorn forever.
Unicorn.
My unicorn. Thank you so much.
Wow. Are we all going to photobomb this?
Okay, we're not all taking selfies.
First and last.
I think I got it.
Thank you, guys.
That's how you get a selfie, man. All right. Look at all the hands.
Oh, now there's more hands.
All right, let's go to this lady in the blue.
Hi guys, my name's Jenna. I'm actually from the East Coast, but I'm actually here for school, so I came out because I'm on spring break. I love the show. I actually started watching, unfortunately, when Corey Monteith passed, but hearing everyone talking about it, my sister actually called me crying, so I had to see what it was about and actually fell in love with the show. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, but I have a question for Darren and Chris. By the way, congratulations on your Broadway gig.
Thank you very much. Very excited. Thank you. I feel guilty.
Me and my friend actually get to go see you, so we're excited for that.
Thank you. Look forward to it.
I actually have naturally curly hair, so I'm
Where's this going?
I'm curious, how much hair gel did you have to use?
That is a very good question. Too much, and my hair will never be the same. It got to the point where, we had all of us had different hair and makeup people. It would change throughout the course of the series, and this got to be very difficult if you kind of got in the swing with somebody because they knew what to do, knew how to get it done. That hair took just shy of an hour, and so I would get there when the girls.
And it was this hard.
And it was hard.
so hard.
It had if you watch the series, it's been done different ways throughout the series, just because we had different hair people. And I never cared. I just kind of zoned out and looked up. But they used a shitload, I think, is the actual nomenclature for that. But I won't miss it at all.
They used the whole tube.
Yeah. We'll do this lady in the, this lady right, yeah, sure. It's
Hello.
hard. It's terrible.
My question is for any of the cast members that want to answer. Is there anything that you wish your character could have done or experienced on the show that they didn't get to do?
Yes. Country music.
Yeah. Right.
No country music.
I did Jolene. That's kind of.
Yeah.
You did Red
chords.
You never did.
Red Solo Cup.
Well, Red Solo Cup is about drinking and getting really trashed.
All right, let's get some people in the back. The lady in the sparkly shirt. You wore sequins. I like that.
Hi, I've been watching this show since I was 8, and we came from Houston for a day. We came for a day. I skipped school. And
Oh.
my question was just for anybody. Like, were there any like really, really, really hard like numbers to perform?
Yeah, the wheelchair number.
Like specific.
The wheelchair number was
yeah.
Singing in the rain was really difficult because you had to like literally kick against water. So a lot of them were hard.
Everyone was hard for me.
All right, let's go over on this. Yeah, this lady this girl in the front of the balcony. Yeah, you. Yes. Yes.
Okay, this question is for Chris.
Oh, woo!
What was the craziest or hardest number that you had to do?
Oh gosh, craziest or hardest? The singing in the rain number comes to mind. Oh, Darren, what was it? We were freezing, and we're either getting back together or breaking up. I can't remember, but we were. But it was. I think it was in New York, but we almost died.
Is it the one with
was it?
Wasn't it the one with them two, with Corey and
Oh, was it Don't Speak?
Don't Speak. Don't Speak.
It might have been Don't Speak, but it was freezing and we almost died.
Yeah, it was so cold.
It was 4 in the morning. Yeah.
All of them in New York were really
God, there's so many. This is so overwhelming. All right, this lady in the center. It's with the warbler shirt, the warbler T-shirt. I like that.
I assume this question is for Heather.
I think I know who the question's for.
Oh God.
My name's Latia. And I have two things. One, I'm a huge fan of Sam and Mercedes, and I really hope you guys get back together. Even if it's like 40 years in the future, that's my headcanon. It's going to happen.
Watch the final episode.
Yeah, you never know.
Also, Kurt and Blaine, private school or public school for your future children?
That is a very
That's a great question.
I think it depends on the climate of public education in however many years' time. But if they're living somewhere fabulous and just being, I don't know.
Oh, Kurt would not settle for public.
Yeah, that's the answer. Kurt would want private, and Blaine would want the really good public school.
Yeah.
And he would lose. I think private would win. Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, let's do this lady right now.
Hi, I love you all so very much. My question is for the entire cast. Do you have a favorite line that your character has ever said?
Oh, God, so many.
I liked,
Yeah.
I said, I'm like Tinkerbell, I need applause to live.
Mine was to Mark. Mine was to Mark, and I said, I don't know, I've never had any balls in my mouth before, have you?
Jane, you've had so many. What would yours be?
I would say loving musical theater doesn't make you gay. It just makes you awful.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
God, this is so hard. Let's do someone over here. That lady, yeah, sure.
Hi, my name is Amanda, and my question was for Dot. I was just wondering, like, because you play the coach, did you ever, like, have to keep in line, like, keep everyone, like, in line, like, your fellow castmates and stuff?
There's no controlling these idiots. No, not at all. Not my job. But I love them.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this. Yeah, let's do this gentleman. Or a lady. All right, whatever.
This guy's really stoked that we picked a guy.
Yeah.
I know.
Hi, I'm Julia, and me and my friend, we just arrived from Germany.
This is cool, yeah.
Welcome.
And I just wanted to know how hard it is for you guys to travel around a lot and always meeting new guys, and yeah.
Wow.
I really like staying in hotels. I'm not really sure what that says about me, so I really like to travel. I don't know. And meeting new people. I don't.
You guys want to go on tour again, or what?
Yeah.
Because I was always pushing for it, but the girls are like, no.
Really, Mark? Really?
Yeah, really. Play frisbee golf in every town? Come on.
It's fun.
Let's try someone up in the corner.
The guy waving his arms?
The lady over. I don't.
There's
the
that
one
guy
that's
waving
jumping
his
up
arms.
and down.
Jumping jacks over there, I think deserves a
Stripes.
question.
The one on the way back.
Yeah. that's-
Yeah. Okay.
It's got some testosterone up in here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even it out.
Hi, this is for the whole cast as well. Do you guys plan on doing any other international tours?
Mark does.
Do you plan on coming to the Caribbean anytime?
To the Caribbean?
I will. We'll be there.
Yeah, but I'm from Jamaica, so I just wanted, you know. Darren, I actually met you last night at Wicked, but yeah.
That's right. That was a cool time.
Let's do it again.
Any Caribbean at all?
I'll actually be
All right, we have time for one more question. I have to go to this. Let's go on this side. Oh God, this is so painful. This girl, this lady jumping. You're jumping in a dress. I don't know.
Nobody's jumping.
It's so hard. It's like picking bleaks.
I want to say thank you to all of you. I mean, I've had a lot of hard times in my life, and I know that a lot of people in this audience have as well. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you. And my question is for Leah. Throughout the years, your performances have changed my life, and
Thank you.
you're one of my idols. and
Oh no,
really
don't cry. Please. You cry, I cry. Wake up, my God.
The fact that I'm speaking to you now and I'm talking to all of you. My favorite performance of yours was My Man and two.
Somebody loves that. Somebody really loves that number.
I'd like to know, what was your favorite song to sing?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, it's so nice to meet you. And My Man was also one of my favorite. I even wore my own dress that was from my closet at home for that number because it was so special to me. And the other night I was at dinner and I heard they were playing it in the background and I literally like lip sank it in the restaurant. I thought I was crazy. But you know, I really feel like every song, you know, all these numbers were so incredible over the years. Anything Barbara that I got to sing, any Celine Dion, but I loved Faithfully. Faithfully for me was the best. So thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Melissa, by the way.
Thank you, Melissa.
Well, you guys, that's all the time we have.
Oh my God.
But thank you.
What's
Thank
that
you.
about?
I don't know. I don't understand.
Thank you to you all.
Don't hurt each other.
Thank you to you guys. Everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you to the cast of Glee.
Thank you.